And welcome back. I was just about to ask you how you felt about not being invited to those meetings that took place before the Ringuito was taken off the table.
Well, after the fact, I feel pretty happy that I wasn't invited because it did raise quite a few eyebrows. You know, what was most disappointing to me was it did feel like a decision had been made. When I was there that morning at City Council and they were coming up to the podium, there was one gentleman that even said, you know, I'm a little bit confused. I thought we had a deal. You know, it's like, well, this whole proposition of putting it at the convention center and building on it, destroying the convention center and rebuilding it, had never been vetted at the dais at all. So I was a little bit confused and a little bit concerned too because of some of the concern with legal about those meetings. So I wasn't really sure if I wanted to be involved in what was going on at that point until I found out really what had happened. Because none of us really knew exactly what had happened. We had to go back and find out from the news reports, you know, exactly what was documented. And then, you know, you kind of think of the people that were there. There is at least one that I would never think that would do that on purpose, but could it have accidentally gotten drawn into a walking quorum? Potentially so. I don't know.
Okay, let's go ahead. We have some more callers. Let's go ahead and hear from the next caller.
Yeah, just have a suggestion. Why does this arena have to be built downtown? You know, we have Escárate. You know, Western Plainland is no longer there. There's a lot of land that can be used and an awesome event center could be made there. And, you know, you don't have to throw anything down. It'd be at a lesser cost. And you could build this awesome arena. And I know they want the money supposedly for building it downtown and getting the tax breaks, but I don't know. I see Escárate, you could use that for a better use and make this awesome event center there.
Okay, so explain for us a little bit about
Escárate would be a tough one.
Okay.
Number one, it's not ours. Number two, it's a park. It's the people's park. I think that a lot of people would be a little bit upset with us going in and taking away part of it. It's already been chopped up a little bit in the past. You know, then there's Cohen Stadium, and there are other places, legitimately other places that an arena could go and be successful. But if you're going to build it with taxpayer money, I'm looking at trying to build it the most efficient way we can and make sure that it produces the most beneficial effects to the city. And if you want to do that, you need it near the convention center and you want to get other people to pay it instead of your taxpayers. And we can do that by putting it near this convention center within 1,000 feet. We're pretty much guaranteed to be able to pay that with the tax rebates that we're getting back from the state. This is not uncharted territory in there. It's been done before. It's been done before by our own city manager. He's very familiar with this.
Okay, the city attorney, however, did talk about uncharted waters during this last council meeting, and she was speaking to what if the convention center for a period of time was shut down for construction.
I think that's very clear in the legislation that if there's no convention center, then the whole thing is moot. Yeah. So the hotel that goes up for it, if it goes up before the convention center is built, then by the time the convention center is built, and you can't even use it to help fund the hotel. That was the whole purpose of doing it, to build a hotel to help allow the convention center to bring in larger conventions. If it's already in place, you can't go back in time and say, okay, we're gonna make that retroactive and let you pay for that one as well, even though it's already built before your convention center was built. They don't allow that.
We do have some sound from Sylvia Firth. Can we go ahead and play that for the city attorney?
It's going to be the world's smallest arena to fit on the convention center site. This is crazy.
That's the key. Study involve you and the rest of the community so there is no misunderstanding. There is no one that doesn't understand what's going on. That's all we're asking.
We've had some discussions with legal counsel that has done these agreements with other cities, and also they've done some preliminary discussions with the comptroller's office, and we will actually be in uncharted water. And there's a substantial risk that we would lose it.
And back, Lily, you were making the point that you don't want the convention center to be shut down.
That was never the discussion, or to raise it. In reality, the whole thing of this incentive project, as Senator Rodriguez clearly stated in the Inc. article today, it was in reference to a convention hotel. We're now trying to place an arena in this area, and it's really about the convention hotel. When we start talking about, oh, we're going to have bigger and greater conventions, we don't have the capability to have bigger and better conventions with the facility that we have. Quite frankly, if we were able to build the arena to capture the convention center, leave it open, but then be able to have funding to make it a bigger convention center, now we're talking truly about being in the best interest of the taxpayers and using our money wisely. That's where it would come about.
Okay, for those of you who haven't read that article in the El Paso Inc., I'm going to read part of it as soon as we come back from a break.